Hello everyone. In this video, let us discuss about how to detect multiple objects. So till now we have seen how to detect object, how to detect single object. Now we are going to look into how to detect multiple objects. So there are multiple approaches. So first let us discuss about YOLO. Right? So YOLO means you only look once. It takes the input and it will localize all the objects in it. Right? So just look at this. So you take an input image and it is divided into grids. And for each portion of the grid, you try to predict what class it is. So here the class is nothing. It is just the background. So, but here if you look at this particular portion of the grid, this cell of the grid, the class here is the dog class. So blue means dog. So all of this will give you a good class probability map. So this tell you where roughly the dog is. Similarly, where the bicycle is, right? So similarly, the yellow represents the bicycle and the remaining may be the background. And also we are getting class probabilities, right? So what we try to see, what is the confidence that there is an object in that. That gives you the anchor for that box. So anchor means just for that particular box from the grid, what we get here an object. One of the object on which the network is already trained. So the weights here, before we come to this, will be from, let's say, so here, basically it is forming the grids, right? So based upon the anchor box, then a second portion of the network, right? So basically it gives you the bounding box regression to give you several proposal. So the proposal boxes where the object could be. So let's say it generates a fixed number of proposals. So each of them generate 40 proposals, then 40 into 4, because we have 4 coordinates. So each cell will predict 40 into 4, right? But also we added 1 over here. 1 is nothing but the confidence. So the thickers, so let me write that. So basically it should be 40 into 4. So this one I said it is the number of proposals. If the number of proposals is 40 and this 4 is basically the number of coordinates and we are adding 1 with that. What is that one? 1 is the confidence, right? So you can understand this, right? Thicker means more confident. So here, for example, it is very confident that this is the truck that it is predicted. So based on that, the next set of layers, what it does is, it basically finds for the same class. So what is the most confident box, right? What is the most confident box here? Box with the highest confidence that does not overlap with another box of a higher confidence of the same class. So where does it the class information from the class probability map? So based on that, it can detect multiple objects and even objects of different classes. So it's actually interesting to look through this, right? So, and understand more detail how nifty this was done. So another useful framework is single shot detection, right? Which is proposed in 2016. Let's assume that you have an image and that image has 2 objects over here. So here is a cat as well as a dog. So the way this works is quite similar to YOLO in that sense. So it takes a 8x8 feature map and 4x4 feature map, right? So there are within the CNN. So when we start using the size of the feature maps, say for example, we are getting 8x8, we use some more pooling. So for these feature maps, now basically what we are getting is a high dimensional vector here, right? So which is the number of feature maps for each location. So it is 8x8, let's say 1024. So you are getting 1024 different features at each location. So for each location, we will correspondingly look at some rectangles of a fixed number of aspect ratios. So you have an aspect ratio of 1 cross 1. Then you have, you can understand, right? So what is the aspect ratio, right? So these aspect ratios are basically potential bounding boxes that are associated with the object that is given here. So for each location, you have an anchor boxes. This anchor box terminology comes from faster RCNN, but other place, this is called prior. So here also we are getting some feature maps. Then correspondingly, we are also getting feature maps in the 4 cross 4 convolution layer. Again, we have a fixed set of aspect ratios that give all these feature maps. So now there is a location that is associated with these, right? So we can predict the location, which is the, so here you can see the centroids as well as width and the height, right? Additionally, for each probability classes, we have the predicted class probability also. So one of them is going to be the right one is supposed to be like, and the other ones are supposed to be, see, like everything depends upon the confidence. So there are the total number of prediction for each of the anchor boxes. And then the job of the regression is to actually refine the location numbers, and the job of the classification is to refine the class probabilities through back propagation, right? So hope this is clear, right? So let us look into this cell in detail, right? So let us look into this in detail. We have seen the applications of computer vision. Out of that, the most important stuff is object detection. So with the computer vision techniques, the objects present in the images can be identified in seconds. And the most important point is that we can get with a great accuracy. So we can process hundreds of images in few minutes to detect objects in those images. So like we have seen several algorithms. So the most popular algorithm is YOLO, right? So we will try to understand in detail about it. So what is meant by YOLO? You only look once. And let us try to understand this, right? So it was actually proposed as a real-time object detection technique by Joseph Redman et al. In their research work. So what it does, how it solves this problem. So it frames object detection in images as a regression problem to spatially separated bounding boxes, right? Spatially separated bounding boxes and with the class probabilities. So a single neural network divides the images into regions and predicts bounding boxes and probabilities for each region. The neural network predicts bounding boxes and class probabilities from full images in one evaluation. So the base YOLO model process images in real time at 45 frames per second. So the pre-trained YOLO network weights are provided that can be used directly in any implementation, and hence it does not need to train a model on example images, right? So let us try to understand so to start with what it is doing, it is taking the image AI first. We need to have so it starts with the image AI, right? So then what is happening here, it will start performing the object detection task on few images, and it can be done one by one, right? So say for example, when you give this, say this is basically a dog, there is a bicycle, there is a truck, right? So you can see that, right? So there is a dog and there is a bicycle and there is a truck, and right? So we can see that it is detecting, so it will be detecting with some probabilities, right? So this is how it will be repeated for certain images, right? So this is how it will basically work. So I hope this is very simple one. Like it divides it into certain grid. It divides it into certain grid, and say you can see when there is a dog, the dog grid is actually blue in color, and then wherever there is bicycle, that bicycle is in yellow color, and you can see the truck over here, and then or else otherwise we can say that like the complete background, right? So that is with the other color. So like after that, it is making, once it is divided into grid, it is making bounding boxes and confidence, and we are getting class probability map and final detections we are getting, right? So this is about the YOLO. So now let us look into, we will try to understand what is this SSD, right? What is this SSD? And right, so SSD is nothing but single shot detector, right? So SSD is nothing but single shot detector. Here we need only to take one single shot to detect multiple objects within the image. So in this we know that RPN based approaches like RCN and series and all required two shots. One is to generate region proposal and the other is to detect the object for each proposal. So comparatively, SSD is much faster when we compare it with the two-shot RPN based approaches, right? So let us try to understand this. Like here, what is happening after going through certain convolutions for feature extraction, we obtain a feature layer of size m cross n. Basically, number of locations with the p channels, right? Say like we are getting 8 cross 8 or 4 cross 4 feature map, right? So such as 8 cross 8 or 4 cross 4, right? And say 3 cross 3 convolution is applied on this m cross n cross p feature layer. So for each for each location, we will be getting k bounding boxes, right? For each location, we will be getting k bounding boxes. So these bounding boxes can have different sizes and aspect ratios. So size may be different, aspect ratio may be different, right? So the what is the concept over here? It may be a vertical rectangle, which is more fit for human, and a horizontal rectangle is more fit for car. So for each of the bounding box, we will compute. See, I'm saying like we will be getting each k bounding boxes, right? So for each of the bounding box, we will compute C class score and 4 offsets relative to the original default bounding shape. So we will be getting C plus 4 KMN outputs. Okay. So this is very simple to understand, not very complicated stuff basically, right? So let us look into the architecture of SSD. So we have to get more accurate detection, right? So different layers of feature maps are also going through a small 3 cross 3 convolution for object detection. Say for example, at con 4 underscore 3, at con underscore con 4 underscore 3, it is of the size 38 cross 38 cross 512. Then 3 cross 3, right? Then 3 cross 3 convolution is applied, so that there are 4 bounding boxes, and each bounding box will have classes plus 4 outputs. So here the output will be 38 into 38 into, right, 4 into 21 plus 4, right? Which is equal to 1,44,400. So let me write that. So we have 38 into 38, right? 38 into 38 into 4 into classes plus 4. So here the classes is basically 21. So 21 plus 4, which is equal to 1,44,400, right? So in terms of the number of bounding boxes, we can say that 38 into 38 into 4, right? This is equal to 5,776 bounding boxes. So similarly, for other convolution layers, we have like, say for example, this is here there is another convolution. You can see like 19 into 19 into 6, which is equal to 2,166 boxes, and then 10 into 10 into 6, here 10 into 10 into 6, so that you can get around 600 boxes for 600 boxes. So 6 boxes for each location. And then in the next convolution 9 underscore 2, right? There you can see like 5 into 5 into 6, which is equal to 150 boxes. Again, here 6 boxes for each location. And convolution 10 underscore 2. So here you can see 3 into 3 into 4, right? So that we get 36 boxes. So 4 boxes for each location. And then convolution 11 underscore 2, 1 into 1 into 4, 4 boxes. So 4 boxes for each location. So in case if you add everything, whatever we got before, 5,776 plus 2,166 plus 600 plus 600 plus 150 plus 36 plus 4. So totally we get around 8,732 boxes in total, right? So if we remember YOLO, there are 7 cross, so like if you compare it with YOLO, YOLO will be having 7 cross 7 locations at the end with the 2 bounding boxes for each location. So in YOLO, we got 7 into 7 into 2, we will get around 98 boxes. So SSD has 8732 bounding boxes, which is more than that of YOLO, right? So how do we do this better? Like here, whenever we talk about loss function, here we will be talking about LConf and LLoc. So what are they basically? Here it is about LLoc is nothing but localization loss. So which is the loss between the predicted box and the ground truth box parameters. So these parameters include the offsets for the center point, width, height of the bounding box. This will be almost similar to the one we get in faster RCNN, right? So what is LConf, right? That is confidence loss, which is the softmax loss over multiple class confidences, right? So let us try to understand scales and aspect ratios of default boxes. Say we have M feature maps for each prediction. Then we have to calculate SK. SK means scale for kth feature map, right? So we have to calculate SK for each feature map. So for each scale SK, we will be getting some non-square aspect ratios. So therefore, okay, let's try to solve that. See for S-min is 0.2, right? S max is 0.9, right? That means that the scale at the lowest layer is 0.2 and the scale at the highest layer is 0.9. So all the layers in between is regularly spaced. Say for each scale, we have 5 non-square aspect ratio, like let me write it. So 1, 2, 3, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, right? And then I'm writing this as SK square root of A aspect ratio, and then I'm writing is equal to, right? So for aspect ratio of 1:1, we will be getting SK dash as equal to square root of SK plus 1. So therefore, we can have at most 6 bounding boxes in total with different aspect ratios. Say there are for layers with only 4 bounding boxes. If there are 4 bounding boxes, then AR will be equal to 1 by 3 and 3 are omitted, right? So when we talk about training over here, instead of all the negative examples, we sort them using the highest confidence loss for each default box, and we pick the top ones so that the ratio between the negatives and positives is at most 3:1. So this can lead to faster optimization and a more stable training. So here each training image is randomly sampled by entire original input image. Then we sample a patch that can, so that the overlap with the object is like 0.1, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7 or 0.9. Then we randomly sample a patch. So the size of each sampled patch is 0.1, 1 or original image size, and aspect ratio from 1 by 2 to 2. So after the above steps, each sampled patch will be resized to fixed size and maybe horizontally flipped with a probability of 0.5 in addition to some photometric distortions, right? So, So this is about single shot detector. So now we may be thinking what is the difference between YOLO and SSD, right? So what are the differences? So when we say, so YOLO, you only look once. So it's an open source method of object detection. It can recognize objects in images and videos. Whereas SSD runs as a convolutional network on input image only one time, and it computes a feature map. So SSD is a better option as we are able to run it on a video, and exactness trade-off is very modest. And also it is a healthier recommendation. However, if exactness is not too much of disquiet, but if you want to we go super quick, YOLO will be the best way to move forward. First of all, a visual thoughtfulness of swiftness versus precision trade-off would differentiate them well. So while dealing with the larger sizes, SSD seems to perform well. But when we look at the accurateness numbers, when the object size is small, the performance dips a bit. Okay. So say 10 years ago, researchers thought that getting a computer to tell the distinct between different images like cat and dog would be almost unattainable. But today, the computer vision systems do it with more than 99% correctness. But how is that possible, right? So Joseph Redmond worked on YOLO, an open source method of object detection that recognize objects in images and videos swiftly. So this is very important as it can be implemented for applications including robotics, self-driving cars, and cancer recognition approaches, right? So as per the research on deep learning that covers real life problems, these were totally flushed by Darknet's YOLO API, right? So for YOLO, detection is a straightforward regression dilemma, which takes an input image and learns the class probabilities with the bounding box coordinates. Right? YOLO divides every image into a grid of S cross S, and every grid predicts n bounding boxes and confidence, right? Bounding boxes and confidence. So the confidence reflects the precision of the bounding box and whether the bounding box in point of fact contains an object in spite of the defined class. So YOLO even forecasts the classification score for every box inside the class. So now you can merge both the classes to work out the chance of every class being in attendance in a predicted box. So totally, The grid we have taken S cross S. So S cross N boxes are forecasted. So most of the boxes have lower confidence scores. And if we get a doorstep, say 30% confident, then we can get rid of most of them. So single shot detector attains a better balance between precision and swiftness, right? And swiftness. So it runs a convolution network on input image only one time, and it computes a feature map. Now we run a small 3x3 sized convolution kernel on this feature map to foresee the bounding box and categorization probability. So SSD also uses anchor boxes at a variety of aspect ratio, which is something similar to faster RCNN, and it learns the offset to a certain extent than learning the box. So in order to hold the scale, SSD predicts bounding boxes after multiple convolution layers. Since every convolution layer functions at a diverse scale, it is able to detect objects at a mixture of scales, right? So, as we discussed, object detection is the spine of lot of practical applications of computer vision, like self-detected cars, backing the security and surveillance devices, and multiple industrial applications, right? So I hope this is really helpful to understand how YOLO works, how SSD works, and also like what is the difference between YOLO and SSD, right? What is the difference between YOLO and SSD? So I hope that this is really clear to you, right? So we have seen the differences between the two, and we have seen how SSD works in detail, right? Also we will see a few more concepts like in the YOLO, see here, we will also just have a discussion about how why this YOLO is becoming popular. Because YOLO is popular because it achieves high accuracy, and also it is able to run in real time, right? So what it does, like it looks at the image, and in the sense that it requires only one forward propagation pass through the neural network to make predictions. So after non-max suppression, which makes sure the object detection algorithm only detects each object once, and it then outputs recognized objects together with the bounding boxes. So with the YOLO, a single CNN simultaneously predicts multiple bounding boxes and class probabilities. So YOLO trains on full images and directly optimizes detection performance. Model has number of benefits over object detection methods because it is extremely fast. It sees the entire image during training and test time. So it implicitly encodes contextual information about classes as well as their appearance. And YOLO learns generalized representation of objects so that when trained on natural images and tested on artwork, the algorithm outperforms other top detection methods, right? Fine. So here it is, if you look at the architecture of YOLO, this is something inspired by GoogleNet model for image classification. It is not complex. Like this is actually a very simple to understand, right? And a lot of the people doing this research are at Google and Facebook, and we think like the technology is in good hands and definitely won't be used to harvest your personal information and sell it. So what we are seeing, that's exactly what will be used for, right? So it's really the most important used network. So hope this is clear now. Let's meet in the next session. Thank you.